Hey guys, it's me, Pokemon. I'm back. Today I want to talk to you guys about the characters that will be coming to Marvel Strike Force next month. You might notice you're not in Marvel Strike Force. You're right, I'm not, because these characters are in Future Fight, so I want to show you them in Future Fight instead of showing you some JPEGs of them on screen. I want to show you what they do. Future Fight's not always completely accurate with what characters do, but it's generally a pretty good reference for what the characters can do, or probably would do in a video game. And I just enjoy seeing them in action. Future Fight has a pretty hefty roster. They just had a Hulk update. That's why you saw Hulk-themed stuff. But you know, I don't play this game really anymore. So let's see. So there's 3 characters coming out, 2 X-Men related characters, and then 1 just not X-Men related character. So I'll find them in the roster right here. First up is Squirrel Girl. So Squirrel Girl, kind of interesting. She's a hero brawler, and I think the assumption is she is going to be working on the hero brawler team with Kamala Khan and American Chavez, or America Chavez. I call her American Chavez by accident a lot of the time. Anyways, but now of course I should say these 2 characters not confirmed, but they've been heavily rumored. So Squirrel Girl, really her kit just very acrobatic, a little tail whip and stuff like that, but her big thing is she summons in squirrels. That's her big sort of gimmick right here, and she has these this like a squirrel companion. Like she has a big squirrel companion, so that's her big thing too. She probably will work as a, well, okay, in my mind, Squirrel Girl is also a summoner. She's very acrobatic, but she also works with summoning, because as you can see, she summons in a squirrel right here, and she also has a uniform. I think it's important to show the uniforms too in these kind of games like Future Fight, because their skills change with the uniforms, and they actually become significantly better. So here's the uniform for Squirrel Girl, and I'll show you what she does with this uniform too, just in case she has any more detail in here. So you see a lot of her skills, squirrels pop up and help out, and I think actually this is a pretty crummy uniform in Marvel Future Fight. Nothing really changed with this uniform, but you get the idea. Those are 2 sort of different styles of Squirrel Girl. They'll probably go with that other one, the classic look, but still, cool uniform right there, and cool character. Some people don't like Squirrel Girl. Some very specific people really don't like Squirrel Girl, but I don't know, I think she's a fine character. I don't mind having Squirrel Girl in the game. I think she's cool. Again, I think it would be nice to have her for the Hero Brawlers team. The only thing I worry about is we had so many Hero Brawlers that the nice thing about the Hero Brawlers team is it's sort of a bucket that catches a lot of leftover characters. If we keep adding characters that fit onto that team, then it's no longer going to be a bucket. It's just going to be another team of characters. Next up, there's 2 more characters that are sort of heavily rumored, and one of those is Emma Frost. So let's find Emma Frost. She's a blaster. Is this Emma Frost? No, that's Invisible Woman. Emma Frost will be right here. Here's Emma Frost. So Emma Frost, from what I understand, she has 2 big gimmicks in her kit. First off, she has mental powers, like Jean Grey or something like that, but then she also can turn into like a diamond form, sort of like Colossus. But the big thing is she can't use mind powers while she's in her diamond form. So as you can see, this is her mental powers, mental blasts, blah blah blah. I bet Emma Frost is actually a pretty strong character in Marvel Strike Force. She's generally a very strong character in terms of power level and stuff like that, and as you can see, here's that diamond form and stuff like that. Let's see, are you able to use mental powers? See, like, they didn't do it right in this game. She's not supposed to be able to use powers while she enters her diamond form, from what I understand. At least from when the X-Men shows I watched when I was a kid, that was the big gimmick. Because she sort of had a thing with Cyclops, and Jean Grey was like, "What are you doing with him?" Because Jean Grey and Cyclops sort of had like a maybe they will, maybe they won't date, and then Jean Grey was like, "Actually, I like Wolverine," and then Cyclops was like, "Well, then here's Emma Frost, and she's kind of like you, but likes me," and there's a big love square right there. But anyway, so the Future Fight's not exactly known for keeping things completely accurate in terms of skills and what they should actually be doing. But that's a big thing I hope Marvel Strike Force doesn't do. I mean, who knows, maybe this has changed in modern day comics, but I seem to remember her not being able to use her mental powers while she is in diamond form. So it'd be cool if maybe, now this would be a lot for Marvel Strike Force to do for one character, but if she had 2 kits, like maybe passively she'd gain charge and then change into diamond form. Diamond form she'd change into like this bruiser, and then once diamond form expires, she'd go back to like crazy mental blast. So maybe her mental blast form would be super strong, like crazy damage, but then eventually she'd have to sort of turn into this diamond form where she then becomes super tanky but then doesn't deal a lot of damage, and you have to wait for her to go back into her non-diamond form. That'd be kind of cool. And she did actually get quite a few uniforms in this game, so we'll scroll down, show you some of her uniforms. Now the uniforms that she got in this game are not quite similar to what Emma Frost really does. Well, this Marvel now one will be, but there is a Phoenix 5 one that will not be similar to what Emma Frost usually does. That's when she had like the Phoenix in her or something like that. So this skin looking pretty similar in terms of skills. Not too much has changed for her with this. And then the diamond form, and look, she's using mental powers while she has a diamond form. Disappointing right here. But then they have this Phoenix 5 skin. Now this is not quite accurate to normal Emma Frost. So as you can see, the Phoenix is possessed her or something like that. So she has like fire powers now. Emma Frost does not usually have fire powers, but you know, it's a cool skin, and this is kind of very Future Fight like to have a huge amount of power creep right here. So you know, really cool character. I expect Emma Frost should be top tier in Marvel or Strike Force, and I think right now it's assumed she'll go on a Marauders team. Doesn't really belong there. She's not really a Marauder, so there's a little disappointing if they do decide to put her on a Marauders team, but that is something people are assuming might end up happening with her. And I'd rather see her as another X-Men, or maybe X-Men and Marauder. She really goes with the Hellfire Club. That's sort of a faction we do not have in Marvel Strike Force yet, but that is sort of her group in the Marvel universe. The final character is Beast. He's supposed to be a raid support character, so he's supposed to do really well in raids and support the X-Men team. But as you can see, very acrobatic. Well, that roar didn't really show how acrobatic he was, but this will show how acrobatic he is. You know, and then he also has a lot of text, as you can see. Put down that thing right there. So that's sort of his big thing. Very tech oriented. So you know, Beast is cool, and I'll show you his skins in this game, because Beast definitely did get a lot better with his skins in this game. So Beast will be right here. So he had two different uniforms. First off, he had Dark Beast. As you can see, just slightly stronger than normal Beast. So he is a more aggressive slash with this skin on. And then I'll show you the Marvel, no, this is the Uncanny X-Men Beast. I expect we will have the original Beast, that classic Beast, because that's sort of how Beast normally looks. You know, very, kind of like the monster from Beauty and the Beast. Very similar, actually, both Beasts. So I expect that's what we will be looking at with them. But as you can see, very acrobatic. And it's kind of interesting, they're taking him in different, it's sort of like Invisible Woman, where I think generically you'd think Invisible Woman is a controller, but they took the X-Men team, or the Fantastic Four team, in a different direction. Made Thing a brawler, and then instead made Invisible Woman a tank with some more out there tanking. He is more working with shields and stuff like that. So what would be kind of cool is, you know, usually you'd probably just assume Beast, generic brawler, but instead it looks like they took Beast in a different direction. So I assume he's probably going to still have a lot of chaining attacks and stuff like that, but it looks like they probably focus more on his tech and his ability to heal people. Maybe Beast might even have his sort of lab coat on. Sometimes Beast is wearing his lab coat. If he's focusing more on support, we might be looking at a more brainy Beast as opposed to a brawn Beast. So he might maybe he'll have his lab coat on in Marvel Future Fight. So we'll have to see. But those are the three characters that are rumored to come next month. And just as a little bonus for staying to the end of the video, rumor is on the next legendary character. So I was right to assume that it would be a Spider-Verse character, but I did pick the wrong one. I still think Spider-Man 2099 would be a good legendary character, but it's rumored Dr. Octopus might be coming as a legendary character, and he will be the next one. Now, we'll have to see exactly what they do with Dr. Octopus. I think a lot of people are hoping maybe how it'll work is he will then, you put him on the team and he'll summon in your sixth Sinister Six member that is not on the team. You know, maybe I think that's what some people are hoping for Dr. Octopus. You know, because he is Sinister Six, there's supposed to be 6 of them. So, you know, we'll have to see. He is not that good in Marvel Future Fight. His skills are not that good at all. He did get a couple of uniforms, though, if we can find them. Here's at least one of his uniforms. I know he did get another one, I think recently, but this is the only one I can find in there, and it's the same idea. He sort of like possessed Spider-Man's body at some point, so I don't think he's going to have a similar moveset to this when he comes to Marvel Strike Force, because again, this is Superior Spider-Man, not Dr. Octopus, but it is kind of Dr. Octopus in the mind. But just so you can see, sort of similar to Dr. Octopus though in terms of moveset, because of the whole using the extra legs and stuff like that. But kind of interesting. It'll be exciting to see him come. Hopefully he makes the Sinister Six viable, because a lot of people have Sinister Six built up because of their usefulness with Invisible Woman and Shuri. So it'd be nice if the team was actually good, and hopefully Dr. Octopus can do that. But with that being said, what do I really know? I'm just sort of, letting you guys know what I've been hearing, other people's YouTube videos and stuff like that, and data mining and those sort of things, and Marvel Strike Force's Facebook page. So, what do I really know? Because I am only an 18-year-old. I hope everyone can have a happy and healthy day, and I will see you guys in the next video. Sign off, everyone.